Saptak Das says, first I pay my humble pranams to Revered Maharaj and humble gratitude to Dr. Janki Santok. And then he gives some details about his visit to the Indian Institute of Science Education Research in Kolkata, where he sees in neuroscience lab, electroencephalogram, electrical activity of the brain, and so on and so forth. In deep sleep or in deep meditation, the brain state, what it is, the question is, in that state of the brain, does consciousness still remain? Is there consciousness if the brain is in a particular state? We see some kind of particular electrical activity in the brain associated with deep sleep. Is there consciousness or not? That's one. A wider, more philosophical question from the same person is, according to Samkhya philosophy, Purusha is transcendental self, a pure consciousness, and Prakriti is nature. They're parallel and different at first. When they start to interact, this universe is created. Does that mean that the universe is conscious according to Samkhya? All right, I think some sort of related to each other. The two questions: brain in a particular state, is there consciousness? And second, is the universe conscious according to Samkhya?
Okay. Firstly, do you have consciousness in deep sleep? Yes, you do. It is like in the labs, when you switch off the flame, that little flame still there, so that when you come on again, you can just turn it back on. So yes, consciousness is very much there even in deep sleep. And how can you establish that it is there? From the fact that you come back to your waking state and say, I slept so well, I had deep sleep. If you had no consciousness there, how could you even say that you had deep sleep? So yes, consciousness is there. Consciousness is always there. It's always available as long as there's a mind and intellect. Consciousness, as in the way we understand the term, is always there. Now, is the universe conscious? By the way, we are not doing Sankhya, we're doing Vedanta. So if we are talking about the universe as being conscious, now we'll have to start going back to definitions. What do we mean by conscious? Uh, Consciousness is awareness or knowledge or thoughts. So if I ask you, do you know, or are you aware, or are you conscious? So you will definitely ask me, do I know what, or am I aware of what? So the consciousness as we know it is always consciousness of something. You are conscious that currently there is this online conversation on. You may be conscious of the temperature around you. You're always conscious of something. This consciousness is referred to as conditioned consciousness, where there's always an off. When there is consciousness without the off, not conscious of anything, simply conscious, then this is known as pure consciousness. Now, you and I and nobody understands what this means because we've not experienced what is consciousness without the off. That is the state of a self-realized person. Pure consciousness is God or the self or Atman, however you have studied it. It pervades the universe at all times. So does the universe have consciousness? As an inanimate universe have consciousness? Of course it does, because consciousness or God or transcendental reality, whatever you want to call it, is all pervading. So it's always there at all times. Conditioned consciousness is not available with the inanimate. You have to be animate to have conditioned consciousness, because conditioned consciousness is thoughts. So if you're referring to the universe having pure consciousness, the answer is yes. If you're referring to it as having conditioned consciousness, the answer would be no.
Thank you, Janki ji.